Hello everyone. Crisis Invictus, rising costs, money, and what happened to this? Good job, Harry. Go ahead and be transparent about the finances of the Invictus Games. Stop being a rat in a sewer. When you spend money, do you think about today? Where did that money come from? Of course, it doesn't belong to you. Harry, stupidity comes at a price. No question about it. There is a possibility that some individuals may argue that Prince Harry is in desperate need of a heart. More specifically, a heart of Invictus. Could it be a... Permit me to expand. It was recently disclosed that the expensive security for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, who made a recent visit, of course, earlier this year to promote the Invictus Games that will take place in the magnificent nation that is Canada, Vancouver, cost around $25,000. Not a little amount of money. I mean, it is a significant amount of money, especially considering the fact that, as we are all aware, governments and people are contending with difficulties all around the world. For all intents and purposes, this has opened up a whole new bag of worms. I've also mentioned this before in relation to celebrities. When it comes to aligning yourself with charitable organizations, you need to exercise extreme caution, since people remember what you've said and everything you've done. And the wider picture on things like that is that if you recall, Prince Harry mentioned in the press review of his book, Spare, that he was going to be providing donations from the earnings of the book. This is something that you should keep in mind. Despite this, there is complete quiet. As you may know, Penguin Random House, you are unable to accomplish this. You can be sure that people will remember what you put out there. The best course of action would be to simply be truthful and state that you have changed your mind or that you are only contributing this amount. Yes, it is essential. So, this is where things become even more tricky because, as we all know, there has been a change of, shall we say, CEO at the top of Invictus, and there has been a lot of movement to maintain it. They are searching for money, and a significant amount of money. Now, you should know that I am a huge supporter of everyone who participates in the sports during the season. It is my opinion that they are really motivating and that they perform an excellent job. However, there is a cost. It is going to be necessary for you to have a large number of major sponsors if you take into consideration how much money this is going to cost the next year. However, this is where the situation becomes even more ambiguous, and I believe that Meghan and Harry or their staff should come out and put an end to this situation as soon as possible. Actually, I don't have much faith either. We are giving them good advice, but Meghan and Harry don't listen. Well, that's okay. What we need is a statement, a clear explanation. Honestly, do you think Meghan and Harry will be able to maintain the Invictus Games? If yes, comment number 1 and vice versa. If not, comment number 2. Of course, I don't think they have the ability to do that. The proof is that everything is falling into crisis. You know, if you recall correctly, there was a documentary on Netflix called Heart of Invictus that was released the previous year. And the purpose of this was to demonstrate what a wonderful job it was because, of course, it had been started more than 10 years ago with His Majesty the King, who was the Prince of Wales at the time, and Prince William, who was working with Catherine, the Princess of Wales. Everyone played a significant role in the accomplishment of this goal. As though, let us not overlook the Princess Royal, who is known as Princess Anne. Everyone was eager to provide a hand in promoting it. Indeed, a great many individuals are of the opinion that the brand has developed into a really poisonous entity. All of this is a result of the fact that it appears to be the Harry and Meghan show. The majority of the time, we witnessed this phenomenon when Meghan made the decision to march in front of the soldiers while wearing casual sandals and warm leggings. It is currently the opinion of a great number of individuals in this area that it should be led by a genuine sportsman, possibly Mike Tyndall. You have it correctly. Zara, the daughter of the Princess Royal, is married to this man at the moment. It seems to me that he would be an excellent option, an athlete who is not afraid to take the initiative and lead from the front of the pack. This is where things start to get sticky. However, since a lot of people are now demanding that Harry and Meghan behave in a more transparent manner, did Netflix include the money from Heart of Invictus, which was paid for by someone else, as part of the arrangement that they made with Netflix? If such is the case, what percentage of the proceeds was donated to charity in order to support the Invictus Games? What did not happen? The reason being that it included a large number of individuals. Were they compensated for their work? This is something that you are going to have to come open about if you need and want to continue forward with this, regardless of whether or not they want to. Due to the fact that, at this very moment, I am able to inform you that a great number of individuals are checking into those accounts to see exactly how they compare to others. After further investigation, we discovered that the Archibald Foundation had neglected to send the money in the mail. In addition, we discovered that they barely devote 1 hour every week to their charitable organization. As a result, things are not looking very well. If this is the case, then wouldn't it be a wonderful moment to show some compassion and be forthright about what's going on within Invictus? At best, we all know that Harry shouldn't be asked to resign from the Invictus Games. He should be fired. They take too much out for their own personal expenses. The hotel was $2,500 a night. Give me a break. What really makes me angry is that my tax money is going to their private jet rides, her clothing, and security. I would imagine Meghan demanding perks cost more than the money that is actually donated to the charity. I am all for having the Invictus Games, but Meghan has ruined it for Harry, with the result that both of them should be removed from having anything to do with the games. If Mike Tyndall wants the job, I'm all for it. The grifters can pay their own way, plus pay for some of the veterans too. It's long past time Invictus gave that pair the boot. They are dragging the games into the mud right along with them. If they aren't getting sponsors, it's because of that toxic duo. A time that pair and their lies were gone. Actually, we have every right to think that I think Invictus is a pathetic excuse for a charity. They are more than willing to use all the money to pay for the Markles to fly private and stay in 5-star hotels, not to mention Meghan's hideous expensive wardrobe. Invictus doesn't care one whit for the injured veterans, and I wouldn't give 1 penny to an organization like Invictus. Especially, why does Invictus Games need them there so badly? I would think that if he really cared about the games, he would show up. He doesn't need to bring the wife, does he? I don't see the problem. Either he shows on Invictus Games terms, or he doesn't. Then you know how much he truly cares about the games. It turned my stomach to see her marching in front of the veterans in her shorts. Totally disgusting. She has no idea of the service these brave people gave to their countries. They have killed the games. Get rid of them once it's been disclosed where the money has gone, then get Mike and Zara to take over. It's interesting that private jets and luxury hotels are provided for Harry and Meghan, and possibly her wardrobe. I know it's all about finagling their charity numbers and expenditures, but it's ridiculous that vets have to figure out how to get to the games and how to pay all the other expenditures into the pockets of these two vile grifters to pay for her ugly clothing. Meghan is a very expensive woman and needs lots of luxury, and their lifestyle isn't cheap with the 16 bathrooms. They need lots of money for luxuries and forget about the veterans. I wouldn't give this charity a dime unless these two are gone. It's absolutely disgusting how they've tarnished what should be a celebration and a way to give back to these brave veterans. It just makes my blood boil. Our Prime Minister doesn't spend a dime on our military, but will pay the security bill for these two grifters. Bunch of bullshit. Poor vets. It's to cost $31+ million. We need a breakdown of how much is for those two alone, plus their security. Any petition out there somewhere requesting the dastardly duo pay their own security? So totally agree. Give money to the military and veterans who gave everything for Canada. And then the current PM spends money on those two? Like the Germany Invictus Games, who chose to not continue with them because they had cost a lot of money, but they never gave to their charity. Do they cost more than what they received? Who had won the 3 last game? The thing is, everyone would rather they not show up. They're not needed, and the expenses for them alone are most definitely not required. Why aren't the ones offering up the millions telling them, "We won't be hosting this year"? That's right. I don't think Invictus can survive with Harry and Meghan involved. They take way more than they give. They should be donating to Invictus, not bleeding them dry. What an awful way to treat true heroes. I think that Harry really loves Invictus, but is dragging it down the tubes because he won't tell his wife to keep her nose out of it. Give Invictus to people who care about our brave veterans, the Harkles, aren't it? Boycott them, I say. If they took Harry and Meghan out of Invictus, it would get much-needed donations. They need to be transparent. The money should go to the veterans. Personally, I have stopped watching Invictus due to Harry and Meghan. Clearly, the Warriors are not getting the spotlight or the cash donated. Once Harry and Meghan are gone, I will continue to support the worthy cause of these men and women. Anyway, Meghan should not march in front of the veterans. Meghan should not be giving speeches to the veterans. What does she know about service? Meghan should not make veterans pay for her eye-wateringly expensive jet fights, clothes, and accommodation. Harry and Meghan should not have used the veterans to create a documentary Harry and Meghan were paid for. Did they pay the veterans who appeared in the Netflix Invictus? Did they make a donation to Invictus from their earning from the Invictus documentary? Or spare? Have they worked to raise money, using their connections to get donations for Invictus? Oh, is that Pat Tillman Award being proudly displayed at Invictus? No, kick Harry and Meghan out, and please bring Mike Tyndall in. We are really grateful that you took the time to view our video. Do not overlook the importance of showing your support for us by sharing, and subscribing to the channel. In addition, I am still waiting for you to give your perspectives on this matter. Please leave your opinions in the comments area below. Goodbye, and I hope to see you again soon.